everyone, I'm Cyndi Harder and this is The Beat Presents. Today we'll be sitting with Eli and Gianluca of Elijah and the Moon. Let's check it out.
It's alright if you walk out. It's alright to tell me I'm wrong. And even if the dark night comes again, burns through each and every head in sin. And as we dance the moonlight, stopping through the summer night, and even in the sunlight, maybe we could be alright. It's alright for this to end if you've tried the best you can. And even if the sun will follow death, made to take away the life that you once knew. Whoa. And as we dance the moonlight, stopping through the summer night, yeah. And even in the sunlight, maybe we could be alright, yeah. And as we dance the moonlight, stopping through the summer night, yeah. And even in the sunlight, maybe we could be alright, yeah. So give me back this time, free this broken mind, and bury this young boy deep beneath the ground. So give me back this time, free this broken mind, and bury this young boy deep beneath the ground. Oh, 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 oh. And as we did some moonlight, stomping through the summer night, yeah. And even in the sunlight, maybe we could be alright, yeah.
Hey, we're here with Eli and Gianluca from Elijah and the Moon. Thanks for coming by, guys.
Thank you. Thanks for having
So
me.
first, you got a new album coming out, The Lonesome World Beyond the Trees. So just tell us a little bit about what that process was like.
All right. Well, it's a follow-up to the last EP, which I began writing for immediately after, and I was feeling very inspired by everything that I had learned at the music conservatory so far, and attending it. So it's a new approach for me as well. Still inspired by nature, still inspired by my passionate love for folk music, and it's just a more intimate, step up, I'd say.
And where did you guys record?
We actually recorded it at the house that I grew up in, up in
nice.
Woodstock, New York, or outside of the town itself, totally away from humans.
Yeah, it was really great. We spent a few months playing Elijah's new songs, which he had written sometime last fall and last summer. And towards the winter time, we agreed we wanted to make this record, our group together. And we decided on Eli's house because it's beautiful and there's a big living room which would sound great. And we brought up all of our own equipment and tracked it all on our own in about an 8 or 9 day process. Mm-hmm. We tracked all the songs up there, and it was just beautiful. I mean, there was snow, and we were on the mountainside, and it was just nonstop tracking. I mean, that was the the process of recording.
Cool. I mean, I couldn't picture us doing it anywhere else. There was a day where I was doing my main vocal track to a song called The Mountainside, while looking out the window at the mountainside that the song's about, and singing Winter Trees while looking out at winter trees.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very fitting, and it was exciting for us too because we had recently begun to play with a violinist who was able to get us in contact with a fantastic cellist. So we ended up having full string arrangements for the whole record, which is something we had not done before, and was a new experience for all of us as writers and arrangers. So just getting that together.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what should we expect to hear?
Well, I know we're all very proud of it, and we're all very excited to share it with the world. It's just, we're all feeling very ambitious for this one. So it's a more developed, more focused sound from the last.
Yeah, we really wanted to make something that was true to the lyrical content of the songs and the original atmosphere of Elijah just playing the songs by himself, and kind of build the songs themselves are such great foundations, and just really like ornament the songs as perfectly as we thought we could, but while staying true to the natural sounds of the acoustic music that it was. So no synthesizers and beats.
Mostly all acoustic instrumentation. And actually a great little thing that was really significant to me personally. We had played the songs all together before, but we had a little writing session directly before, a few weeks before the actual recording session. And we also did it at my house. We just set up in my living room and for a few days played the songs over and over again for the entire day. And before that, John Luca had me record the songs just to like GarageBand on my computer, just with a click, just me playing them on acoustic guitar, and he arranged on top of that, and brought in his addition after that to the actual writing session that we had. But just listening back to the acoustic version, no harmonies, just that was probably the best approach I think we could have had to this.
We had this talk during the process of doing it where we wanted our sound to almost be this, what we call like romantic folk, we called it.
Yes.
Or romantic in like the classical way of it, in romantic music, and just the kind of be beautiful and soaring and very like emotional while still having this like, folk core to it. So that was where our heads were during the process of the record.
And I fell back to earth and then lost trust. And when you were born, they had tears in their eyes, and they forced you to live on your own. And breathe in the air that the soul of your spears, and then bring you right back to your home. And breathe on, whoa, 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 whoa.
where do you guys find you get most of your inspiration and influences from for writing all these romantic, folky songs?
Oh, nature,
Life.
Yeah.
life, human interaction,
Eli's fair skin.
Gianluca's beautiful smile.
I can see that.
Life, nature,
Yeah.
the core things.
Yeah.
Beautiful music.
So being at your house recording that in that whole environment has been like a big thing that influenced you for that.
Yeah, yeah. A few of the mornings we would actually walk to the top of the mountain and just
Oh.
listen to the air and breathe and just reflect upon what we were doing and then walk back down and start.
Yeah. Now, you used to be in a band, Paper Planets,
Yep. Yeah.
which is very different than the Elijah and the Moon stuff,
Yeah.
kind of more of a rock, reggae, pop thing.
Yeah.
How has it been making that transition from, being in that band with those guys to now your new project?
It's been easy because even when I was in the Paper Planets, when we were an active band, I still wrote this type of music. It was towards the end of it that I really got into this. So it was always there, that passion for it, and my parents had always listened to beautiful folk music throughout my entire life, and to come back to it was really nice, and to discover my parents' records and put them on and discover that I actually really loved the songs that I heard going to sleep each night. So it was nice, and going from one genre to the next is actually not hard at all when you're having fun doing both.
Yeah.
How do you guys find, what did you think about the whole Mumford and Sons, Lumineers, Fleet Foxes kind of outbreak of popularity? Did that have any effect on you guys as a band, or were you happy to see it?
Yeah,
Flourish?
I know. I mean, before I met Eli, I had never listened to any of that music. This is not even. This is a year and a half ago. So I met him, and he turned me on to these bands. I didn't know this was happening, and from then till now, it's personally been for me a huge influence. Like those bands have really developed a sound that is fresh to me, and it's also in reference to more classic, amazing music, and it's nice to see it out there, and they're so good. So I know it's definitely been a big influence for us, just knowing these bands are out there doing this, and especially the Fleet Foxes. They're
Fleet Foxes.
Yeah, Fleet Foxes are our heroes right now.
Yeah. Well,
As a band.
even in, Cyndi mentioned the Lumineers, even something more on the pop side of things. Do you guys, do you see your own music, trying to go along with that, or are you in opposition to that in some sort of way?
Well, I think the thing that we have in common is that we're both inspired by the same thing.
Right.
We're both inspired by the same genre of music, the same history behind it. We both have this acoustic instrumentation for the most part. I'm excited to see where these genres go.
Mm-hmm.
That's more than anything. I'm just excited to see what's next for all of these bands.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. The Lumineers, I'm sure, have been a band for a long time before they hit their success. So, I mean, that aspect of them is really respectable.
Yeah.
And they're, it's just funny. All these bands are actually really different, and somehow they've all been kind of like lumped in together. Right. I know it's funny for us because we are kind of in the wake of that. Like these bands did inspire us, as well as the classic acts which inspired these other bands that are popular.
Right.
So for us it's exciting because we're still so new that there's this, we have this great influence, but there's this potential now to see where else we can take it, because for the sake of our own desire to be original and have fun while creating new inspiring music.
And you said that before Eli introduced you to kind of these more folk bands, you didn't really listen to them that much. What did you listen to before?
I had a very eclectic taste in music. I still do. Prior to being turned on to Fleet Foxes and this kind of... It's funny because it was Fleet Foxes and Eli's music was my first exposure, really, to this kind of folk-based writing. And, I instantly loved it. I found it so beautiful. But I personally was... I kind of come from a background of more jazz fusion, classic rock. I'm a big Frank Zappa fan.
Yeah.
the Beatles, Brian Wilson, Beach Boys. That's kind of where I came from before meeting Eli. So it's actually a really nice union because I kind of come from this like, I love like big, like overly complex, usually instrumental music, and Eli writes like the exact opposite of that. It's just this beautiful, you know, all on its own, sung with a guitar. It's good enough. It's fantastic. So it's this nice union, which the two of us, you know, are discovering that we're good at. We're the collaboration of Eli's perfect seeds, and then like I kind of can see where it can go, and get this bigger picture in my mind. So it works nice how it grows that way.
Well, you guys have definitely done a nice job of fusing those together.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
I was born on the mountainside, roaming on my own, and I have seen another side and searching for a home. And I've seen another way. My dreams had lost their way, and I had watched the path decay, yet found myself okay. And I've got all my life, and I won't on the edge, the ancient gate, the meter by the sea. I will feel the ancient tree decay, it split the breeze. Gate, the meter by the sea. I will feel the ancient tree decay, it split the breeze.
like, you mentioned earlier that you kind of grew up on this folk music.
Yeah.
What really inspired you to start writing songs, or when did you start writing songs?
Well, throughout, middle school and high school, I was a bassist as well. We both played
They
bass.
were both bass players.
And I played bass in a funk band, in a hardcore band, in a rock band, all these different genres, trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And I didn't really write at that point. It was just sort of, I played the parts
Right.
that, whoever handed whatever to me,
Right.
So then I started writing in the Paper Planets, and that was like the big, oh, okay, I really enjoy this. And we all wrote together, and it was a big effort as a band, and we all realized that we all love doing that. So then from there I just kept exploring it, and that's when I started writing this acoustic music. And I would say the Paper Planets really did it for me. That was just the moment when I realized I really love writing more than anything else.
Yeah. And then today you guys are going to play a little Fleet Foxes for us, right? You guys are going to
Yep.
play Blue Ridge Mountain.
Yep.
Just, why that song? What draws you to that song specifically?
It's just a very beautiful song with an amazing melody, an amazing instrumentation. The lyrics just provide the most exquisite imagery. I love that song.
It learning the song as a band really revealed to us what it feels like to play a song so expertly written and arranged as well. I mean, it's just like being inside of something that you really want to be a part of. So being big fans of the band and then actually getting to play it, it's just fun and it's cool, and it's very helpful to us to kind of see what we can do moving forward as songwriters and as a band.
Yeah, and that was another thing. We haven't ever really taken on a challenge like, okay, we're gonna learn this cover,
Right.
and we're gonna conquer all aspects of it. So, to us, it was a really nice way to take band practice as like a band challenge, and we all worked on our parts. Before the initial practice, we said, okay, we're gonna work on like this entire song for the entire session.
It's unfortunate because our band's not big enough to really pull it off.
Yeah.
Because there are more parts, there are more vocal
Yeah.
parts, and we're just a 4-piece.
Right.
So, we did as much as we could.
Yeah. So it was a challenge, but it felt really good. It's like going for a long run. It was hard, but it felt amazing once we, had fun doing it.
Awesome. Well, let's check it out. Here is Elijah and the Moon doing a cover of Blue Ridge Mountains by the Fleet Foxes.
Lie down with me, my dear. Lie down. Under stormy night, tell nobody. My brother, where do you intend to go tonight? I heard that you missed your connecting flight to the Blue Ridge Mountains over in Tennessee. You're ever welcome with me anytime you like. Let's drive through the countryside, leave behind some green-eyed look-alike, so no one gets worried, no. So no one gets worried, no. So Sean, don't get careless, I know it'll be fine. I love you, I love